Our journey began in the far north of Vietnam, close to the Chinese border. A country shaped by centuries of conflict, resilience, and rebirth. At the time of our arrival, Vietnam was still recovering from its 15th typhoon of the year. Flooded fields, damaged homes, and life slowly being rebuilt. Yet, what stayed with us most was the warmth of the people. A quiet strength. A constant smile. Now, let me take you to Hanoi, the heart of Vietnam. Hanoi is not a city you simply visit, it is a city you experience. A choreography of scooters, sounds and life. Around Hon Kiem Lake, the city slows down. People exercise, talk, laugh. According to legend, a sacred turtle once returned a magical sword here, giving the lake its name, a symbol of peace and justice. The Temple of Literature, founded in the 11th century, was Vietnam's first university. Here, scholars once prepared for imperial examinations. Today, young women in traditional Ao Dai pose among ancient stone steles, a bridge between past and present. At the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum, silence reigns. The weight of history is palpable. In a small Buddhist temple nearby, we find something different. Stillness, warmth, a moment of inner calm. At Hoa Lo Prison, known as the Hanoi Hilton, the darker chapters of history confront us, colonial oppression and war, preserved in stark detail. On the streets, we taste our first Bon Mi, a legacy of French influence transformed into something uniquely Vietnamese. The old guild quarters reveal centuries-old trades, while the water puppet theatre tells folktales born from flooded rice fields. Before leaving, we visit a workshop where people with disabilities create art, a quiet lesson in resilience and dignity. After Hanoi, we discovered Halong Bay. Halong Bay feels unreal. Limestone casts rise dramatically from emerald waters, shaped over millions of years. According to legend, a dragon descended from the sky, scattering jewels that became the islands. A visit to Sung Sot Cave was a serious climb of hundreds of stairs. It's called the Cave of Surprises. Hidden within the limestone cliffs of Ha Long Bay, Sung Sot Cave reveals itself like a secret kept by time. Step inside, and the space suddenly opens into a vast, cathedral-like chamber, shaped by millions of years of water and stone. Soft light brings the rock formations to life, shadows forming dragons, guardians, and silent stories carved by nature. From the exit, the view unfolds over emerald waters and towering casts, a quiet reminder of the power and beauty that define this timeless landscape. As the sun slowly sets in a blaze of warm colors, we drift into the night aboard the traditional junk boat. Surrounded by silence and softly rippling water, we spend the night at sea before returning to shore at dawn to continue our journey. At a pearl farm, we discover the delicate art behind cultivating oysters, a process that demands both patience and precision. Skilled artisans carefully perform the artificial seeding of the oysters, a meticulous technique in which a tiny nucleus is gently inserted to begin the slow creation of a pearl. Over months and even years, nature does the rest, layer by shimmering layer. This craft is not only a testament to human skill working in harmony with nature, but also a vital industry for the region, sustaining local communities and preserving a centuries-old tradition rooted in respect for the sea.
After we take out the pearl, she needs to classify.
In Ninh Binh, often called Ha Long Bay on land, rivers glide quietly through emerald rice fields and dramatic limestone cliffs that rise like ancient guardians from the earth. Hidden among them are age-old temples and royal tombs, where history and spirituality blend. Did you know that Hue carries an imperial memory that still shapes its soul today? Once the capital of Vietnam's last dynasty, the city remains deeply infused with history, dignity, and quiet resilience. The Perfume River flows gently through Hue, as it has for centuries, carrying with it the echoes of emperors, scholars, and poets who once walked its banks. We visit the pagoda of Thich Quang Duc, the monk whose self-immolation in 1963 became a powerful symbol of protest against religious persecution. This act shocked the world and forever marked Vietnam's modern history. His sacrifice still resonates deeply, reminding visitors of the strength of conviction and spiritual courage. The imperial citadel, although heavily scarred by war, remains a proud testament to a bygone era. Weathered walls and silent gates tell stories of grandeur, conflict, and endurance. Within its vast grounds lie some of Hu's most remarkable treasures: the Ngo Mon Gate, once reserved exclusively for the emperor; the Tai Hoa Palace, where coronations and royal ceremonies were held beneath richly decorated roofs; and the Forbidden Purple City, once accessible only to the imperial family and their closest servants. Temples, courtyards, and lotus ponds unfold in quiet succession, each bearing the marks of both imperial refinement and the devastation of war. Even in ruin, the symmetry, symbolism, and spiritual depth of the complex remain deeply moving. Beneath heavy rain or soft sunlight, the citadel's presence is overwhelming, solemn, majestic, and a powerful reminder of Vietnam's enduring history and resilience. Rising from the plains of central Vietnam, the Marble Mountains feel like a place where legend and stone breathe together, caves carved by time, temples wrapped in silence, and views that stay with you long after you leave. The next day, we arrive in Hoi An, the City of Lanterns. Once one of Southeast Asia's most important trading ports, Hoi An was a meeting point between East and West, where Chinese, Japanese, and European influences blended into a unique and harmonious whole. Today, it remains one of Vietnam's most enchanting places, often considered the country's true highlight and an absolute must-see. Despite the heavy floods that struck the region, 2025 being the second worst year on record, the spirit of Hoi An endures. As evening falls, the old town transforms into a living painting. Thousands of lanterns glow softly above the streets, reflected in the calm river like drifting stars. Wooden houses, bridges, and boats are dressed in warm light, and the iconic Japanese-covered bridge shines with a quiet, almost magical presence. The atmosphere feels timeless, suspended between past and present. Life continues with grace and resilience. In the pouring rain, we wander through ancient merchant houses, visit a traditional apothecary filled with the scent of herbs and history, attend a cultural performance, and take part in a cooking class where we learn the delicate balance of Vietnamese flavors. Even under gray skies, Hoi An glows, not just with lanterns, but with soul. As we travel further south through Vietnam, the landscape slowly transforms, and the air grows warmer, brighter, and more expansive. Our journey begins with a visit to Chung Tich Sun Mai, the My Lai Memorial, a deeply moving site that preserves the memory of the 1968 massacre during the Vietnam War. Walking among the preserved ruins, photographs, and haunting remnants, we are confronted with the tragedy of war and the resilience of those who survived. It is a place of reflection, where silence and sorrow coexist with the hope for remembrance and peace. After visiting My Lai, we continue toward the coast. Our journey leads us to Phan Rang. Here, the coastline opens wide, bathed in sunlight and wind. And we encounter our first temple with clear Cham and Cambodian influences, an architectural style marked by warm brick tones. And a spiritual atmosphere deeply rooted in ancient Hindu traditions. Leaving the coast behind, the road begins to climb, and the landscape shifts once again. As we ascend into the highlands toward Da Lat, the heat slowly fades. The temperature drops dramatically, from nearly 30 degrees Celsius to a refreshing 12 degrees Celsius, bringing with it crisp air and a sense of renewal. Nestled among rolling hills and pine forests, Da Lat feels like another world entirely, far removed from the tropical intensity of the lowlands. Misty mornings, cool evenings, and the scent of pine create an almost alpine atmosphere. Da Lat itself carries a distinctly European character, shaped by its French colonial past. Established as a hill station in the 1920s to provide a cool retreat from the tropical lowlands, the city is dotted with elegant villas, stately mansions, and colonial-era hotels, many of which still display the classic French architectural style: steep roofs, shuttered windows, and wrought-iron balconies. Tree-lined boulevards, punctuated by colorful flower gardens, wind gently through the city, giving it a calm, almost nostalgic charm that contrasts sharply with the bustle of Vietnam's southern plains. Local cafes and patisseries evoke the French café culture, offering a taste of history alongside the region's famous Highland coffee. We visit Truc Lam Pagoda, perched on a hill overlooking the serene Thuyen Lam Lake. The pagoda, surrounded by pine forests and terraced gardens, is part of a larger Zen monastery complex and is one of Vietnam's most peaceful spiritual retreats. The soft tolling of bells echoes through the mountains, mingling with the rustling pines and the distant call of birds, creating a sense of stillness where time seems to slow. Visitors can stroll along shaded paths, meditate by lotus-filled ponds, or simply take in panoramic views of the lake and surrounding hills, experiencing a rare sense of peace and spiritual calm. We also visited Tran Thai Da Lat, a remarkable temple where multiple faiths coexist in harmony. Its architecture and decor reflect a blending of Buddhist, Taoist, and local spiritual traditions, creating a space of deep reverence and inclusivity. During our visit, we were fortunate to witness a local celebration taking place. Chants, incense, and the rhythmic movement of devotees filled the air. The atmosphere was profoundly moving, the spiritual energy of the temple was tangible, and I found myself completely silent, swept up in the quiet intensity of the moment. It was a rare and unforgettable glimpse into the devotion and cultural richness of the region. Da Lat also surprises with its whimsical, unconventional side at the Crazy House, Hang No Guest House. Designed by architect Dang Viet No, the structure is a fantastical maze of twisting staircases, uneven floors, and organic, tree-like forms that defy all conventional architectural rules. Each room has a unique theme, some shaped like animals, caves, or giant nests, and winding corridors lead to terraces and balconies with sweeping views of the city. The house functions as both a boutique guest house and an art installation, blending architecture, sculpture, and nature into an immersive, dreamlike experience. It challenges the imagination, leaving a lasting impression on every visitor who dares to explore its labyrinthine spaces. Da Lat's train station is a charming relic of Vietnam's colonial past, often regarded as one of the most beautiful stations in the country. Built in the 1930s during the French colonial era, its architecture is a striking mix of Art Deco and traditional Vietnamese design, featuring steeply pitched roofs, pointed arches, and elegant wooden detailing. The station's iconic rooflines are said to resemble the peaks of the surrounding Lang Biang Mountains, blending seamlessly with the highland landscape. Inside, the station retains a nostalgic atmosphere. Hidden in the lush highlands of Lam Dong, Linen Pagoda rises in quiet serenity, with towering Buddha statues overlooking misty valleys and drifting clouds. The scent of incense, the soft echo of chanting, and the vast open views create a timeless, almost sacred atmosphere. Nearby, Elephant Falls thunders down rugged cliffs, raw and powerful, where water and stone have shaped each other for centuries. Together, they form a striking contrast between spiritual calm and the untamed force of nature. Nearby, Datanla waterfalls add a different kind of magic, a series of cascading streams winding through pine forests, where the sound of rushing water blends with the cool mountain air. Unlike the raw power of Elephant Falls, Datanla feels playful and inviting, offering a sense of movement and discovery as nature reveals itself step by step. Beyond the city, the highlands are covered in vast coffee plantations, strawberry farms, and flower fields. Vietnam is the world's second-largest coffee producer, and here the crop is deeply intertwined with daily life and local economy. Among the plantations, we learn about civet coffee, a rare and controversial delicacy produced with the help of the civet cat. This specialty reflects both the extremes of local tradition and the ingenuity of farmers adapting to global demand, providing insight into the highlands' unique blend of culture, agriculture, and creativity. We pass through a small traditional town where life remains simple and authentic: wooden houses, quiet streets, and people who seem content with little, yet rich in warmth and dignity. On our way to Saigon, the landscape changes once again. Leaving the cool highlands behind, the road winds down toward the coast and plains, offering sweeping views over untouched nature. The journey is filled with contrasts: sharp mountain curves, sudden valleys, small villages where time seems to move more slowly, and moments of daily life unfolding naturally along the roadside. As we approach Ho Chi Minh City, the transformation is dramatic. The calm gradually gives way to motion, sound, and color. From a distance, the skyline rises, and suddenly we are immersed in a city that never seems to pause. Scooters flood the streets in endless streams, millions of them, moving in a chaotic harmony that somehow works. The constant sound of horns is not aggression but communication, a way of saying "I'm here, make space." It's overwhelming at first, but strangely mesmerizing. This is a city alive, breathing at full speed. At Ben Ton Market, the energy reaches another level. Narrow pathways overflow with movement, scents, and voices. Vendors call out cheerfully, selling everything from spices and fabrics to souvenirs and street food. It is crowded, noisy, and relentless, yet always accompanied by a smile. Massage salons, beauty shops, and tiny food stalls line the streets, creating a vibrant rhythm that defines daily life. As evening falls, we stroll past the beautifully lit colonial post office, a reminder of the city's French past, before ending the day at the rooftop bar of the Rex Hotel. From above, we watch the city pulse below us: neon lights, traffic, and life flowing endlessly through the streets. The next morning brings another intense experience as we head out during rush hour toward the Cu Chi tunnels. At Cu Chi, the atmosphere changes completely. Beneath the ground lies a vast network of tunnels where the Viet Cong lived, hid, and fought during the war. Crawling through these narrow passages offers a powerful, unsettling insight into the resilience, hardship, and ingenuity of those who survived underground for years. It is a sobering and humbling experience that stays with you long after you leave. To process the weight of this history, we later enjoy a peaceful dinner cruise along the Saigon River. As night falls, the city transforms again, skyscrapers glitter, reflections shimmer on the water, and the noise softens into a distant hum. The contrast between past and present, hardship and progress, feels almost surreal. The following day takes us deeper into the city's raw heart. Traveling by cyclo, we explore Flower Street. And then venture into Chinatown, Cho Lon. Here, life unfolds in its most unfiltered form. Markets overflow with color and movement, traditional medicine shops display jars of herbs and roots, lantern workshops glow with warm reds and golds. This is a world of hard work and survival, where poverty is visible but dignity remains strong. In the Chinese temples, thick clouds of incense rise toward the ceiling as worshippers pray in silence. The atmosphere is heavy with devotion, history, and belief, a place where faith offers comfort amid hardship. In one of the markets, we pass stalls selling live chickens and other animals, destined for food. It is confronting, raw, and far removed from the polished tourist image of the city. Yet it is real, honest, and deeply rooted in daily life. Saigon reveals itself here without filters, vibrant, chaotic, resilient, and endlessly alive. By nightfall, as the city lights reflect on the river once more, Ho Chi Minh City reveals its true essence, a place of contrasts where tradition and modernity, hardship and hope, spirituality and survival exist side by side. A city that never truly sleeps, and one that leaves an unforgettable mark on everyone who passes through it. We leave Saigon behind and head deeper into the heart of the Mekong Delta, where life slowly shifts pace and poverty becomes more visible with every passing kilometer. The modern city fades away, replaced by vast waterways, rice fields, and small settlements balanced on the edge of land and water. Here, the Mekong is not just a river, it is the lifeline of everything around it. The delta is a world shaped by water and mud, where canals replace roads and boats serve as homes, shops, and transport. As we glide through narrow waterways in a small sampan near My Tho, the landscape feels almost prehistoric. Mangroves lean over the water, birds scatter at our approach, and the silence is broken only by paddles dipping into the brown current. This is a land of survival, where nature dominates and humans adapt. Snakes, reptiles, and water creatures inhabit these channels, reminding us that we are guests in their world. Lunch brings another cultural confrontation. Offered dishes include mealworms, snake, rat, turtle, shrimp, and dragonfish, foods deeply rooted in local tradition and necessity. We cautiously choose the safest option, the fish, while realizing how closely daily survival here is connected to what the land and water can provide. It is confronting, but also humbling. After such an intense day, we retreat to a peaceful ecolodge nestled along the riverbanks. Surrounded by palms and silence, we finally have time to process everything we have seen. The calm is broken only by the sounds of nature and later by laughter, as the hotel manager organizes a small evening gathering. What begins as a simple moment turns into an unexpected celebration, a welcome release after the emotional weight of the day. The next morning, we rise early to explore the famous floating markets. As the mist lifts from the river, dozens of boats gather, each selling a single product: pineapples, watermelons, coconuts, or vegetables, displayed proudly on tall bamboo poles so buyers can see what's for sale from afar. Life unfolds entirely on the water, cooking, trading, socializing. It is chaotic yet beautifully organized, a floating economy that has existed for generations. Poverty is evident everywhere, but so is resilience. Families live on boats, Arriving in Kandho, fate intervenes once more when our bus breaks down. While the driver works tirelessly to repair it, we wander nearby and unexpectedly discover a temple in the middle of a ceremony. Monks receive offerings from locals: simple food, rice, fruit, given with deep respect. The moment feels intimate and sincere, another glimpse into a way of life guided by faith and community. As evening falls, we reach Chao Dock, where our next challenge awaits: a long journey by speedboat across the Mekong toward Cambodia. The border crossing is slow and chaotic, marked by long waits and formalities, but thanks to the calm leadership of our guide, everything eventually falls into place. Tired yet fulfilled, we watch the river fade into darkness, knowing we are leaving one world behind and entering another, carrying with us the raw, unforgettable soul of the Mekong. After a 5-hour boat journey, we finally arrive in Cambodia's capital, Phnom Penh. The country has once again been in the news, this time because of renewed tensions along the border with Thailand, a conflict that has flared up repeatedly over the decades. Family and friends warned us, urging caution, even questioning whether we should go at all. But after careful verification, we decide to continue. Despite the unrest in certain border areas, Phnom Penh and the route toward Siem Reap remain safe. Still, the awareness that we are entering a country marked by conflict adds a quiet tension to the journey. Our first impressions of Phnom Penh are striking. The city feels different from Vietnam: rougher, more fragile, yet full of character. The streets are lively but less polished, and the contrast between wealth and poverty is immediately visible. The use of two currencies, the US dollar and the Cambodian riel, adds to the sense of disorientation. Every purchase becomes a small calculation, and even the condition of banknotes matters. A torn or worn bill is often refused. It's a constant reminder of how fragile daily economics can be here. Yet Phnom Penh also surprises us with its beauty. The royal palace stands proudly along the river, a shimmering complex of golden roofs, ornate stupas, and manicured gardens. It radiates elegance and grandeur, a symbol of Cambodia's monarchy and cultural pride. Walking through its grounds feels almost surreal, an oasis of refinement in the heart of a city still carrying deep scars. A visit to the sites connected to the Khmer Rouge regime confronts us with one of the darkest chapters in modern history. The story of Pol Pot and the genocide that claimed millions of lives is overwhelming. Standing in places where unimaginable atrocities occurred leaves a heavy silence in the air. It is impossible not to feel shaken. This is history that cannot be softened or forgotten. Leaving Phnom Penh, we head toward our final destination. Our first bus stop hits us like a shock to the system. The moment we step off the bus, we are surrounded by children holding enormous, hairy tarantulas. The spiders are a local delicacy here. For us, however, the experience is overwhelming. The sight alone sends a wave of panic through our bodies. The contrast between curiosity and fear is intense, and instinctively we step back. Along the way, we pass workshops where artisans carve stone statues by hand, continuing traditions passed down through generations. We stop at the ancient Kampong Kdai Bridge, more than 1,000 years old, built during the Angkor period. Its laterite arches still stand strong, a quiet testament to the engineering skills of a lost empire. And then, at last, we reach Angkor. Our journey through the Angkor region continues with moments that are as magical as they are unsettling. At Bairn Temple, we are immediately surrounded by its iconic stone faces, hundreds of serene, smiling visages gazing in every direction. As we wander through the ancient corridors, another surprise awaits us: monkeys. They move freely among the ruins, jumping onto walls, stones, and sometimes even sitting right beside us without fear. Their presence adds a strange liveliness to the sacred atmosphere, blurring the line between nature and history in a way only Angkor can. Nearby, at Tar Prom, the experience becomes even more powerful. Here, nature has truly reclaimed the temple. Massive tree roots snake over collapsed walls, crushing stone and embracing towers in a slow, unstoppable grip. This is the famous jungle temple, left intentionally unrested to show what Angkor looked like when it was rediscovered. Walking through its shadowy corridors feels like stepping into another world, one where time has stood still and nature has quietly reclaimed its dominance. The air is thick, humid, and heavy with history. Close by, we encounter something deeply moving: a small orchestra made up of war victims. Many of the musicians are missing limbs, victims of landmines and conflict, yet they sit with dignity, playing traditional Cambodian music with remarkable grace. Their performance is not for pity, but for survival and pride. The music echoes through the ruins, adding an emotional layer that stays with us long after we leave. Later, back in town, we visit Artisans Angkor, where skilled craftsmen and women preserve ancient Khmer techniques. Wood carving, stone sculpting, silk weaving, and lacquer work are practiced with extraordinary precision and patience. Watching these artisans at work is a reminder that Cambodia's cultural soul survived even the darkest chapters of its history. Every object tells a story of resilience, beauty, and continuity. Siem Reap itself has changed dramatically over the years. Once a small, sleepy village, it has grown into a lively tourist hub with restaurants, night markets, and the infamous pub street buzzing with music, lights, and energy. Yet during our visit, the city feels unusually calm. The aftermath of regional tensions and reduced tourism is visible everywhere. Streets are quieter, hotels half empty, and even Angkor's vast temple grounds feel uncrowded, almost intimate. It gives us the rare privilege of experiencing these sacred places in near silence. Our stay ends on a reflective note. At the airport of Siem Reap, the emptiness is striking, wide halls with barely any travelers, a sharp contrast to the global crossroads it once was. Standing there, waiting to depart, a single thought lingers: how close we came to missing all of this. Eventually, our journey was meant to come to an end as we boarded the plane to Singapore, or so we thought. What followed felt like an unexpected final chapter, one we hadn't planned but that turned out to be unforgettable. The moon dips low. Singapore was more than a stopover. It was the realization of a long-held dream. A city often described as one of the most advanced in the world, rising with almost surreal precision amid a region marked by sharp contrasts. From the very beginning, everything felt different. Our journey led us to one of Singapore's iconic lakes, surrounded by architectural landmarks that seemed to belong more to a futuristic vision than to the present day. Around the water rise impressive buildings of glass and steel, elegant residential towers, sculptural office complexes, and iconic landmarks whose reflections shimmer endlessly on the lake's surface. Walking along the water's edge, we were struck by the sense of harmony. Lush greenery is woven effortlessly between towering buildings, parks, and walkways flowing naturally into the urban landscape. Everything appears intentional, designed not only to impress, but to function. It felt clean, calm, and astonishingly well organized, a world away from the chaotic beauty of the places we had just left behind. There was something almost unreal about it all. Like Dubai, Singapore radiates ambition, control, and modernity, yet it carries its own identity, less flamboyant, more refined. A place where discipline and multicultural coexistence shape daily life. Chinese, Malay, Indian, and Western influences blend seamlessly, reflected in architecture, language, and rhythm of life. As we stood by the lake, surrounded by glass towers and reflected skies, it became clear how extraordinary the contrast was. Just days earlier, we had walked through remote villages, war-scarred landscapes, and ancient temples. Now we were standing in a city that feels like the future made tangible. It was both awe-inspiring and humbling, a powerful conclusion to a journey defined by contrast, resilience, and discovery. This journey was far more than a voyage across borders. It became a passage through time, memory, and human resilience. A slow unfolding of stories etched into landscapes, faces, and silence. What stayed with us most was not the monuments or the landscapes, but the humanity we encountered along the way. The quiet strength of a farmer, the laughter of children in dusty streets, the gentle patience of monks, the resilience of those who had lost much yet still gave generously. In places marked by suffering, we found kindness. In places shaped by conflict, we found hope. This journey was not about ticking destinations off a map. Long after the journey ended, long after we returned home, these stories remained with us softly, deeply, and forever.
The night unfolds, our story spins in threads of gold. It's velvet in the air, my dear, a melody only we can hear, soft and sweet. It lingers there, love's a whisper, velvet in the air. The clock ticks on, the hours stray, yet in your eyes time melts away. A fleeting glance, a stolen sigh, the stars lean in, the heavens sigh. And though the night will fade today, your love is where I'll always stay. It's velvet in the air, my dear, a melody only we can hear, soft and sweet. It lingers there, love's a whisper, velvet in the air. The saxophone weeps a tune divine, each note a kiss, each pause a sign. The world may turn, but let it spin, for here with you I'll always begin.